fly. That was not flying.
So he's got some skills now. You can start, I'm switching to addressing the reactivity stuff. He's got some skills, so you can start to ask him to use some of the tools in his toolbox now when he does start to bark or get worried about stuff. So I think responding to his name is one of his best things. So if he does start barking, you can say his name and then reward him for looking at you, yes. And then you can ask for a sit, just like you're doing, and reward the sit. So you're starting to, like we were talking about yesterday, get a sense of, is he able to respond? How freaked out is he? Like if a dog is truly over the top reactive, they won't be able to respond to their name. They won't be able to sit. But if it's just more sort of a habit, and he's not really that freaked out, then he probably will. So it's a good way to interrupt him and to also start, you know, giving him something more positive to do.
Sit. Yes.
Good.
Stay.
All right. Okay. So release him from the down. So when he first sits, let's just build up him learning to sit and stay in a sit without sliding into a down or getting up. So this is going to be, we're going to do it slightly different than we've done before.
Okay.
So this is just, you're going to tell him sit, and then you're going to feed treat after treat without, here, I'm going to demo with my dog. You're going to feed treat after treat without using a verbal marker or a click or anything. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Because he doesn't entirely get the, that we can do a sit without popping up.
Yes. What is that? Look at the other puppy. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna grab some snacks. So this is just to build up him staying in a sit before you add the stay cue, because sometimes he gets up and sometimes he slides into a down. So it's gonna, can you see me and Kismet? Okay, so I'm gonna say, Kismet, sit. Good boy. And then I'm going to quietly praise while you feed treat after treat after treat before he has a chance to get up. Good boy. And then I'm going to say free and get him up. So you're trying to, in the beginning, sit. Good boy. So I'm not saying yes. I'm not clicking. I'm keeping him in that sit. Free. Oh, well, that's not what we want. Sit. And then when he's doing well, I'm going to start to space out the treats. So there's a pause, and then a treat, pause, and then a treat, pause. So then I'm going to start to do slightly fewer. Free.
Oh, stop it.
Sit.
Good.
Good boy. Right? So then I'm going to pause a little bit longer. A little bit longer. So over time, you can fade out the treats until eventually, free. He can sit for fewer treats. Kismet, sit. Oh, now you're going to lay down. Touch. Yes. Sit. So I'm not telling him stay. Yes. But he's staying. You know, this is, I jumped ahead several steps. First, you would say sit, and you would give a treat, and you would stand here for a couple seconds. And then you would give a treat, and then you would stand here for a couple seconds. Okay. Free. So it's to get the idea of staying in the sit without that immediate, you know, yes and treat, but also without, you know, getting up. It looked like you were doing some while we were talking.
Yes.
Well, that was demoing. He was already.
Well, he was like walking around. Each time you told Kismet to sit, he would sit. So I was like, okay.
That's great. I thought that happened once because I heard you say good boy. All right, so go ahead and I'll watch this time.
Sit. Yes.
And then tell him free.
Free.
You do, yeah, great. That looks really good. That was, I think, 6 treats total, including the free. So 5 treats in the sit. So you definitely want to get the free and release him before he gets up. So that looks great. So this time, let's do the same thing, but you're going to give him 4 treats. So you're going to pause a tiny bit between each one, but that looked really great.
Greyson, sit.
Good. And then you can release him.
Fine, go eat the crumb, not the actual tree. It's fine. There you go. Good boy.
Good.
Greyson. Greyson, sit.
Good. This time, 3 treats. Good.
Free.
Good. Okay. Good. I would say the main thing to work on is to pause before that first treat because he's really not used to sitting and not getting a treat right away. So get him up, ask him to sit because he's already sitting, and then pause for 1 second before you deliver that first treat.
Greyson, sit.
Good. Good boy. Good. All right, so try again. Whoopsie. So do that same thing, but you just still need to deliver them, some of them a little bit sooner.
Free.
Good. All right, that looks good. See if you can get in a tiny bit more of a pause before that first treat, but otherwise I would say keep doing the same thing.
Okay. Greyson, sit.
Good. Good boy.
Free. Oh. Boy, it landed on the computer, so I was like, oh, is he going to hit something and disconnect?
I saw him coming right up to my face.
Yes. Good boy. Free.
Good. Are you counting in your head at all between
I am.
treats? Okay, so how many seconds or how many beats between each treat?
3 and 5. Because I keep
Okay.
it. I'm like, oh crap. What was I
All
doing?
right. So you can, so that was like be like 15 then, a count of 15 or 20? Okay. So still do a count of 15, but you're only going to give 2 treats. So tell him to sit, count to like 6, give him a treat, count to 6, give him a treat, something like that.
Okay. We'll find it. Greyson. Sit.
I would just release him. Okay.
Go find it. Greyson. Joys of living in a big, huge house with lots of electronics running and fridges is they randomly make noises.
Oh, he's barking at the noises of the machines?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like convert over. He's barked more now that the house is empty at like imaginary noises than when it's loud.
I was just thinking that. We might at some point want to teach him a bark and a quiet cue. So he gets the barking a little bit more under control. All right, so ask him to sit and see if you can wait a little bit longer before that first treat, and he's just going to get 2 treats in the sit.
Greyson. Good boy.
Good. Good boy. And you can release him.
Go find it. I'm even more impressed because I dropped a piece of chicken in front of him and I was like, oh, he's gonna move.
Yeah, he did great. That looks great. Okay, so let's do the same thing again. And I would say try to get the word in free before you toss that last treat, so that he learns his release cue, because you might eventually want him to stay when you don't have treats on you and you won't be able to end with a go find it.
Okay. Greyson. I know, get those crumbs. God forbid. Greyson. Hey. Sit. Good boy. It was just my belly rumbling. So like if he just does what he just did, like he got out of the sit.
You want to get the, if you think he's going to break his sit, you want to say free and release him before he breaks the sit.
Okay.
The tricky thing with the sit is really you're training 2 cues, right? You're training the sit that means do it, but you're also training the free, the release. That means you can stop doing it. You have to have control over both the beginning and the end to have an effective stay. So that's the tricky part. So when you see what where he's doing, where he's starting to look like, oh, I'm getting distracted, and you think, oh no, I think he's going to get up, you just got to get that free cue in before he lays down or before he wanders away or whatever.
Okay. Free.